welcome to NerdTube. And it's time to do a trailer reaction, and we're going live, baby. I'm here with Tyler Donovan, also known as Captain Mason from the Avalon universe. How you doing, mate?
Doing great. Good to see you. Happy Easter.
Oh, happy Easter to you. I have my lamb shank in the oven as we speak. All right.
Yeah.
So I purposely brought on Tyler here because Tyler not only does some really good stuff when it comes to Star Trek fan films, he's also uh, a Marty McFly impersonator, cosplayer. When he gets the opportunity to do so, he's been doing it for many years, and because we are reviewing a film regarding Michael J. Fox, who better than Tyler to review it with us and look at this particular trailer. So, without further ado, before we do this trailer, you got anything to add, Tyler?
No, I'm looking forward to it. I know nothing about this. I don't know anything. I don't know what this is, so I'm curious.
Okay. And just before we do start looking at this trailer, when I did tell people that you do impersonate Marty McFly, is there videos of yourself on YouTube that people can find out?
Yes.
Yeah.
You can. My fan page on Facebook is Marty McFly - Tyler Donovan.
Okay. Marty McFly - Tyler Donovan. Make sure you guys note that and look for it on Facebook, because this guy is really fucking good.
Or on YouTube, the short parody film. It's a parody of Back to the Future 2 called Back to the 2015. That's 2015 future.
Yes, and we also have a reaction to that movie on our page because we reacted to it about a year ago. So dig for it or here on the YouTube as well. Without further ado, let's get this trailer on the road and we can talk about it afterwards. Can you hear it?
Yeah.
Very good.
The story of me. Take 2.
3, 2.
He's finally aged, by the way.
Action.
Wait a minute, Doc. Are you telling me that you built a time machine out of a DeLorean?
What did it mean to be still?
I wouldn't know. I was never still.
And he was running before Tom Cruise made it popular.
That's him. That's our star.
I want this job. I can do it. Whatever the exception is, I can fix it. I can be older. I can be taller. I can be anything.
The popularity of Michael J. Fox is a phenomenon.
Here is Michael J. Fox. What is the secret of your success?
And the winner is
Michael J. Fox.
I don't believe this. This is great. I feel 4 feet tall.
I get it. I was big. I was bigger than bubblegum. I woke up and I noticed my pinky. Auto-animated. Parkinson's disease. I told Tracy the news. In sickness and in health, I remember her whispering. No one outside of my family knew. There was only one reason I took these pills. To hide. But all those years of hiding was shaking me awake. To deny that part of me that wants to continue to go on and do things is to quit. I don't accept that. This is what I am. I'm a tough son of a bitch.
Still, a Michael J. Fox movie.
The sad sack story is Michael J. Fox gets this debilitating disease and it crushes him.
Yeah, that's boring.
Phenomenal.
May 12th. Okay.
You know,
I'm in.
Watching that.
Yes. Yeah. That looks really good.
It looks really good. And
and every chance that I get to have more insight into who the guy is, and what kind of his life and what makes him tick and all that. Well, no pun intended. Anyway, any chance to learn kind of more about the guy, I'm always up for. Every time I see a magazine with him on the cover, or something, I'll always buy it. And or anytime I see like an interview, run across an interview video of him on YouTube, I'll watch that. And this looks like a really good movie. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. So.
Yeah, so we have our friend here, Phony Beatlemaniac, saying, "I love Michael. He's supposed to be a nice fellow." I'm sure he is.
Yeah,
I'm sure he is.
yeah.
He's his career was cut short because of Parkinson's, which is very unfortunate. Because I'm sure he would have played elder statement roles, for sure, if he didn't have that particular disease. But I do like this opportunity for him to portray himself in a different way, maybe in a more personal way. And just also remind us of who he once was, because seeing who he once was really make me remember, yeah, this guy was fucking huge. I mean, he was everywhere. He was teen heartthrob. He he all the films he did outside of Back to the Future did really well. It was one of my favorite movies he did was The Secret of My Success.
Yeah.
You remember that? That was great. That was a great film. And even before all of that, he did Family Ties, which was a phenomenal sitcom.
From 80, I think 82, either 82 or 83 to 91.
Yeah, and so he was actually making Back to the Future movies whilst he was doing Family Ties. He was doing them simultaneously.
Yeah, the first one.
Yeah. And he was a teen heartthrob and stuff, pint-sized fella and all of that.
Yeah.
Who knows what his
I was
career
actually
would have been.
surprised to find out that I'm actually 2 inches, because I'm a short guy. I'm really short for a dude. And I'm like, I'm 5'6". I found out he's actually 5'4".
Yeah. I'm not surprised. Yeah, I mean, the good thing with Michael J. Fox is that he never tried to hide his height, unlike Tom Cruise.
No. Yeah.
He always knew he was small.
Yeah,
So
I've always been like that too. Like, more like Fox, and like, this is who I am. Why should I have to be ashamed of being short?
Exactly.
Nothing wrong with it. And Josh said one time, Josh Irwin once said that Michael J. Fox made being short cool.
Yeah, exactly. People like Danny DeVito, Bob Hoskins, they all did, and it's one of Tom Cruise, I guess. I mean, the guy's phenomenal. The guy who plays Biff says he is.
Yeah, Tom Wilson.
Sure.
I met Tom Wilson once, and he was really nice.
Yeah, I've heard that. I've seen that. Yeah. I saw like him doing some sort of like, not, I wouldn't say stand-up comedy, but just basically some performance art.
Yeah, stand-up comedy. He does stand-up comedy.
Yeah. Oh, it was stand-up comedy. I remember he was playing like a little banjo or something like that, and
a guitar, 6-string guitar, and he had the song. He has this song called "Stop Asking Me the Question," which is the only time in his routine that he addresses the whole like Back to the Future experience. And this song is just bitching about like getting asked the same questions by like about Back to the Future and his experience on Back to the Future. So he does that song, and then at the very beginning of his show, and then he doesn't mention Back to the Future or anything to have to do with it again through the rest of his show.
Oh yeah, excellent, because I still love him as Buford. I love him as Buford Tannen. I thought, because he kind of showed his range, playing somebody. He was playing a Tannen, but he was playing a different Tannen, and I loved it. Phony also says my favorites are Hard Way. Casualties of War is like when he showed a real different level to that was the film with Sean Penn, and that was the one where he showed like a real different level to his to his acting. He wasn't just doing pretty boy stuff. He wasn't just doing romantic comedies and shit like that. Yeah, he was he showed levels. Great stuff, and I'm really looking forward to this series, which is coming on Apple right now. The only thing on Apple is Ted Lasso. If you're into soccer and you like Culture Clash, Fish Out of Water, then Ted Lasso is phenomenal. It's about an American soccer coach, American NFL coach who manages a soccer team in England. But yeah, it's very funny. But other than that,
is that a biopic or is it fiction?
It's fiction. It's a
Okay.
comedy. It's based actually on a commercial which came out almost 10 years ago, um, about an NFL coach managing an English soccer team, and then powers that be decided, let's actually make a series out of this, and they did, and it's very sweet and very endearing, and yeah, I do like it a lot. It's adult orientated, even though at times it feels like a family show. Then
Yeah.
you get the odd weird scene or the odd or like a few swear words here and there, and it reminds you, oh yeah, this isn't a family show, but it can be if they
Right.
wanted it to be. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But nevertheless, just without going off track, it this is great. This will probably be uh his swan song. It's amazing that he's still with us, by the way. With
Yeah.
Parkinson's,
Yeah.
will
I
really
know.
fuck you up. You know,
Yeah.
so I'm happy. I'm happy about that.
I've still never met him.
You still never met him. That's a shame.
Nope.
Who knows? I mean, that's on the cards. I mean, I'm sure he does conventions and God knows what.
Though I don't know if he. I would imagine that he'll probably be there. I was gonna get tickets to because Back to the Future the musical is coming here to Broadway because it's
Okay.
been in London for a couple years.
Yeah,
And now it's
forever.
finally coming to Broadway in New York on July 1st, I think, is opening night, and June 30th. Okay, so my tickets are for our tickets are for July 1st. Okay, I've got tickets for like the second night because by the time I went to
Fair
book
enough.
the tickets, they were all sold out for opening night. But I'm still planning on kind of like going up there and just kind of standing out like with the crowd and seeing if I don't get mistaken for actually being him. But
Oh, there's gonna be cosplayers galore, dude. Yeah, I mean, there's gonna be like
well,
Doc Browns and Marty
I'm not
McFly's
gonna
all
put
over the
on
fucking
like
place.
I'm not gonna put on like Marty McFly outfit. I'm just gonna wear like dress like he dresses in real life, and like a basically a suit without a tie, just a shirt and a nice jacket,
Oh,
and
fair enough.
yeah, just like he dresses in real life. And because that's how I usually dress when I travel, and that's when I always get mistaken for being him, like in airports and on airplanes, people walking up to me, shaking my hand, calling me Mr. Fox and all that. Like
You
no
ever,
shit.
you ever, you ever? I always thought that you looked a little bit like Mark Hamill. You ever been mistaken for him?
No. And
When you had the beard quite heavy, you looked a
well,
lot like Mark Hamill.
Well, that's yeah. The first time you ever met me live, the first time we ever interacted over it was the video interview after you guys watched Cosmic Stream after the premiere, and I had grown my beard out without dyeing it at all, and it was just kind of looked kind of like really gray and wiry and scraggly and so yeah. As soon as I came on, you were like, yeah, it looks like Mark Hamill, and I was like, oh, I'll take that, but. But no, I dye it to make it softer and make it look more full and make me not look so old. But I've
Thank
got a
you for
gig. I got a gig in San Diego as a Marty McFly appearance week after next, so I'm gonna have to shave. So
fair enough. I mean, how long can you pull this off for before you get too old for it? You think?
I don't know. I mean, I'll keep doing it until they quit hiring me, until people quit calling me.
Yeah, his run on Spin. Oh yeah, Spin City. There's so many things. There's like yeah, Spin City was great as well. Yeah,
So I've got a
yeah.
story about that. Which I may have told you before, but for your viewing audience here and the phony Beatlemaniacs, I was at a convention. I was I had a green screen, was doing a photo booth where people could come and take their picture with me, and we could put whatever graphic behind. And I'm wearing the Marty McFly costume, and my friend who builds and sells DeLorean time machines, he said, "Hey, I've got the car here," because there was a lot of the Back to the Future cast there. Well, also the Rocky Horror Picture Show cast was there, and he was like, "Hey, I've got the DeLorean parked out in front of the theater across the street. I'm going to go to do this Rocky Horror thing, and the cast is going to do a panel, a Q&A afterwards. If you just want to hang out with the car and watch the car, and you can charge people money to take pictures with you in the car, and you keep all the money." And I'm like, "Yeah, let's do that." So I do, and I go over there, and I'm doing that, and I'm taking pictures of people. A couple hours goes by, and then this tall dude, big tall dude, white hair, comes walking out and walks up to me, and he was like, "I love that. I love this. You look great. I mean, you look and sound just like him." And he puts his hand on his like shoulder like this on his arm where the top of my head is. And he goes, you're actually a little taller than he is, because he came to about right here on me. He was like, I worked with him on Spin City for 7 years, and now I realize I'm talking to Barry Bostwick.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's really cool.
He was really nice.
That's really cool. Yeah. So before we close this up, anything on the Avalon universe you'd like to add? And by the way, in case people don't know,
yes,
Tyler here does Star Trek fan films, and several we have reviewed in the past. So
yes. So Zam, we just did we just had a massive, like our biggest shoot ever. We did a 4-day shoot in Kingsland, Georgia. We drove, the 16 hours there and shot for 4 days, and we were shooting like 14-hour days, and there was so many people there. There was like 50 people on set at any given time, and for 4 days. It was crazy. And I was the co-director this time. There was only one day that I had to act. And that's for scenes from our final film. And I say final, for now, because we're working on 3 films simultaneously. And anyway, there was one day that I had to act in it, but the rest of the time I was just co-directing. And I say just co-directing, like so much more responsibility, because Josh kind of put it on me to manage all of the people. And to work with all the actors and all the background actors, and make sure everybody knew where to stand and where to stand, when to go, what to say. I was going through rehearsals with all the actors on all the scenes, all of the dialogue, doing all the blocking, and I even got to choreograph all of the background action, like, instead of Josh saying, okay, you stand here, you stand here, you stand here, and when you hear action, you walk this way and you do that. Like, instead of that, usually he does that, but this time he was like, Tyler, I need background action. And I'm like, oh, okay. So like when the doors open, he's saying he needs people passing by in the corridor and everything. So I had to go, you, and you come here, stand here, do this, and and I'm having to make sure everybody's in the right costume, everybody's got the right props, everybody. And I was just, and he said at the beginning of the first day, he was like, good morning, everyone. Thanks for being here. I'm Josh Irwin. I'm your director. This is my co-director, Tyler Donovan. If, anyone has any questions, go to Tyler. So I was, I was just like, people coming at me like all day, like asking me questions, and it was just so much more responsibility than I ever had before, but really rewarding too. But anyway, so yeah, we did a 4-day shoot to finish up all principal photography for the next 3 films that we've got coming out. Those are going to be Knights of the Void, which will pick up, if you remember the post-credit scene of Agent of New Worlds, where Mason and Archer are on the Yorktown, right? And they're talking to Allenby, and then the ship gets hit, and they're by something, and the ship is being attacked, and they're like, oh, we got he's got to go to the bridge, and she's got to go to engineering, and she's like, what are we supposed to do? This isn't even our ship, and he's like, well, I guess we'll find out if we're here for a reason. And
I remember.
Yeah. So Knights of the Void will pick up with the, Mason and Archer story, immediately after that point. So look for that in July, I think is what we're shooting. Josh is shooting for a July release, and he is editing it right now. And he's been showing me clips of it as he, finishes them. And it's, I think it's going to be really good. And then probably a Halloween release. I know he's shooting for a Halloween release for Crisis on Infinite Excaliburs, and that's gonna be the big, goofy, silly, over the top, like slapstick comedy, just because the whole multiverse thing. But
yeah,
it's
to bring out in Halloween.
Yeah, but don't think like Marvel, like multiverse. Think more like Rick and Morty.
Yeah, fair enough.
It's gonna be all kinds of.
When I think of multiverse with Star Trek, I don't think Marvel. I think Star Trek. But if it's gonna be more like Rick and Morty, then fair enough.
It's Star Trek, but it's it's still gonna be it's gonna be in the real spirit of the original vision for Avalon Universe, which is fun, lighthearted, off the wall comedy, but still fun action adventure. And then the big one, the finale, Once and Future Captain, is going to be sometime probably next year. So, but we got three in the can and that are in post right now, coming at you.
Well, I have a proposition for you now.
Okay.
Myself and the other guys here on NerdTube, we like to review fan films. We like to review yours. Now, as you are aware, and I told you earlier backstage, that I myself am now going to be in the Menardverse, and I'm going to be playing a villain, an eventual villain. I'm going to be one of these guys who becomes a villain because of circumstance, So once I show myself on screen, it would be very nice for the tables to turn here, and you and Josh do a review, a reaction of my performance.
Okay. Yes.
And on your channel, of course, do it on your channel, but of my performance, just so so it's a switcheroo here. Instead of me reviewing you guys, you review me. So that'll be really cool, because especially with yourself and Josh being veterans at this shit, it would be very much good to hear what you guys have to say about my performance, because I'm putting myself on the chopping block here. I've been giving it large for the last couple of years, being critical as well as praising, but I have been very critical at times. So I'm now putting myself out to be criticized. So yeah.
Okay. Yeah. There's at least one other person who's expressing a desire to do that, to watch and react. So
fair enough. So yeah. Okay. Well, we look forward to that, and anyone else out there on NerdTube land, don't forget to like, share, subscribe to myself as well as the Avalon universe. I will have to edit this video just so I could leave a link below. I forgot to do that. I do apologize, but I'll leave a link to the Avalon's YouTube's channel in the thingy below. All right. Anything to add, Tyler, before we shoot off?
I don't think so. Thanks for having me again. It's been a pleasure.
You're welcome. And don't forget to like, share, subscribe to NerdTube, the greatest YouTube channel you never heard of. Take care. Bye-bye.